I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't stop. I can't stop scrolling. The big tech companies have put a highly addictive substance into all of our pockets. Overnight, we didn't even know it. We didn't see it coming. Scrolling, our phones, short form media, it's taken over. It's too powerful. It's a highly addictive substance. Right into our pockets. We didn't even know it. They just dropped it in. No big deal. How did they get away with that? I want to stop. How do I stop? Where's the stop button? Where's the emergency exit? I need to get off this ride. It's bad. It's using up a lot of my time. And that's a big deal because I don't have a lot of that. You know what I mean? Like, this life I have is pretty short, all things considered. And I'm using up like a lot of it on that. Why? Like the other day, I got back from from a productive place. I was doing productive things. And I sat down on my floor afterwards and I said, I'll scroll through a few. I'll just see what's on my feed today. My feed. It's called a feed. For goodness sake. They couldn't be more obvious. They're literally drip feeding us a powerful drug. Anyway, I scrolled for a minute. I thought it was like an hour. Just wasted. It's terrible. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do about that. How do we stop scrolling? That's the question. How do we stop this? How do we get out of this cycle, this loop? How do we break free? The thing is, if you go online, there are a lot of tutorials or commentaries on like, how do you stop doom scrolling? How do I stop doing this? And it'll be like, oh, here's 10 tips on how to stop. Make your phone unappealing by turning it on to power saving, or set a timer, or go out or call somebody instead of you scrolling, and then you're communicating with someone. And all these wonderful ideas, but like, they don't work. I've tried these ideas. It doesn't work. I still go back at the end of the day and continue doing the same thing. Gah! Doesn't work. I didn't consent to this. I didn't say this could happen. What the heck? I'm gonna sue I'm gonna sue the big tech companies. That's what I'm gonna do. Anyway, I've cooled down now. I do the same thing in every video. It's a cycle. It's like you're scrolling through and it's the same thing. How do I beat this? I need to figure that out. I need to figure that out. Today's the day. I gotta figure this out. How do I beat this? How do I defeat the beast? And by that I mean Mr. Beast, Jimmy Beast. I mean you, Jimmy. You're the guy. You're the problem. If you invite me onto one of your videos, though, I'll take it back. Just let me know. Anyway, how do I defeat this? So you watch all these videos, right? Tutorials on how to defeat this, how to stop scrolling. And what they give you is essentially, it boils down to friction, right? Things that sort of help, I guess, to break a habit. Friction, things that make it more difficult to keep doing that very rewarding habit that is scrolling. And friction is great, but friction alone cannot save you from a powerful habit like doom scrolling. It just can't. It's not enough. It's not powerful enough to save you from doom scrolling. They also tell you to replace the habit with a new habit, and that's great. But once again, with friction alone, how the heck am I going to do that? It's redonkulous. Now, this is where my dilemma comes into play. What is missing? What is missing from my system? Introducing friction, making it more difficult, setting a bedtime for my phone, all these things. What is missing from that? That continues to result in me failing and going back to scrolling. What is the problem? And it boils down to just one thing. And that issue is that we don't know, people in general, and me specifically, we don't know how to make a new habit. a habit that is not rewarding. It's so easy to make a habit like scrolling, because scrolling is very rewarding. But for instance, reading is, for me, not very rewarding unless it's a fictional book that's fun. If I'm trying to read something that's information, that's informative, that's not rewarding for me very much. Sometimes maybe a little bit, but for the most part, no. And so I have to ask myself, how do I make that into a new habit? Because all I know how to do is make a new habit out of things that are very fun and rewarding. And this is what I think. This is my current theory, and this could change in the future, but this is what I think, okay? This is currently what I'm doing to solve that problem. And it boils down to, for example, with reading, what I do is we have no option. I have to make it rewarding. How do I make boring reading rewarding? How do I do that? And the way I've figured out to do it so far, it takes a lot longer than normal reading, but it actually is very helpful. What I'll do is, when I'm reading through something, I will, after every paragraph, I'll re-explain it to no one, to myself, I guess. I'll take a boring paragraph and I'll re-explain it. I'll summarize it and try to re-explain it in a fun way, like I'm doing right now. I'm talking, I'm synthesizing my thoughts and regurgitating them for you. Give an example, basically. That's what I called it, was example theory. Maybe that's pretentious, but what you do is you read through it and you think of, what's an example of this in my life, or that I can think of hypothetically. And that's kind of fun. That makes it sort of fun, right? Because in my mind, I'm just making another YouTube video in my head, and I'm regurgitating that information. Instead of just trying to get through the text, I'm making it a fun challenge where I have to re-explain it to someone, to myself. So yeah, basically I give an elevator pitch for whatever the thing is I'm reading, and I try to make it interesting. I try to regurgitate it in an interesting way by relating it to other interesting things. Right now I'm reading about something called status quo maintenance. It's like a research topic. And I've tried to make it interesting by relating it to other things I'm reading about at the same time. I'm making this tapestry in my head of things that I'm learning about, and it makes it more interesting to me, and it makes it more memorable, and that makes the whole process more rewarding. It's always important, beyond just that fun tactic, whatever that is, it's important to remember that this is, reading, as an example, is a valuable thing to do. It's good for you. It's good for you to read. And it's good to remember why that's good for you. I've written down a few reasons why it's good for me. It genuinely feels good to know stuff. When you're talking to other people and you can hit back with a fun fact, that feels really good. You know what I mean? And you get that by reading. You know, when I'm constantly reading, when I'm consistently reading, I do that more often. I have more things to say. It's healthy for your brain to be learning new things, to be adding new information. It's good for you. Trust me. Look it up or read about it. Maybe you'll remember. It will help you feel more confident in yourself. When you've read things and you remember stuff and you're learning things that are new, that will help you feel more confident. There's so many upsides to just reading. Now, the broad topic of this video is not just reading. It's about making new habits. But I think the through line is clear. You have to find a way to make these new habits rewarding. You have to figure out why you want to do that, and know it in your head and have it memorized. Know why you want to do it. Otherwise, you're just going to, next time you don't feel like doing it, you're just going to come up with an excuse. If you have an argument loaded right away, ready to go, whenever you start to feel lazy and you don't want to do whatever that habit is, maybe it's going to the gym, or maybe it's going for a run, or reading, or maybe it's doing artwork, or whatever it is that you don't feel motivated to do on a daily basis, because there's an inherent friction in just doing it. You know what I mean? And it's not automatically rewarding. It's not easily rewarding like scrolling. Just have an argument ready. Have it primed, ready to go, ready to in the barrel, to just fire off as soon as you need to. That way you can just clap back on your lazy self, because we all have the lazy self. And the lazy self gets really smart active whenever his laziness is threatened. Whenever he can't scroll, he goes mad. He comes up with the wildest arguments to keep being lazy, to keep scrolling on your phone. So you have to be ready. You have to debate yourself. You have to win, you know? And that's difficult. That's hard. But that's what I talked about in one of my other videos, that it's building new habits. That's a hard thing to do. That's not easy. But you can do it. You can. You have to believe that you can do it. Otherwise, you're never going to be able to do it. So start with that. But I don't know. Maybe this helps someone. I don't know. It helped me. I assume that I'll change this opinion shortly, and then I'll make a video about that. But stay tuned. If you liked it, let me know. Thank you.